let's talk about some Bell Collective. Okay, wait. I'm going to not blur my background. So let's talk about Bell Collective, season 3, episode 8. Okay, so we have the meetup with Tam. The meetup that it's ended exactly where they started. It started where they ended last week. Tambra is really upset about what Marie did, and so she's like, "I'm gonna call my attorney," and she walks out. Marie's like, "That's not necessary," and clearly it is necessary. See, I actually all last week people been reading Marie for filth because they are explaining to Marie that that this was an attack. You know, when you are in a relationship with someone who seems to make it their personal mission to come after you, and you guys have been broken up for years, and you had to go to court, and the court sided with you to have a restraining order, and yet he's still coming to meet with people. Like, it seems, and to the point where she's has that visceral of a reaction. Um, Seems irresponsible. So there's that. Letitia goes to Tamra. Oh, and explains and apologizes to Tamara for meeting with him. We see that that she does in next episode, she's going to have a sit down and talk with Tamara, which is nice. Marie does really kind of side with the guy, which I think is really irresponsible. Look, you don't like him. I get that. I mean, you don't like her. I get that. You feel that she's a liar. Okay, fine. I don't grasp why you have all of this anger and angst and need to research. To me, I feel like there's other things that you can spend your time on, like in explaining to us maybe more of your business. Like if you want to give us more of your business, who are you dating, something more significant than us dealing with this Tamara investigation. It seems a bit much. Latrice and Gucci talk, they get into this extreme argument, which I'm gonna tell you I was following a bit. So Gucci says that she didn't talk to anybody, that she talked to Latrice first. Latrice is like, that's a lie. And everybody else didn't say that it was a lie, but behind her back in these confessionals, they're all like, that was a lie. So Gucci is lying. And she's claiming that she went to Latrice first, and it's like, you did not go to Latrice first. My makeup looks horrible, y'all, and I apologize. Anyway, okay, it got really heated, and there was an insinuation that Gucci made that she was having sex, that Cliff, her, and the other chick, Jay's ex-wife, were having sex with each other. And Latrice didn't, she had her snapback was like, and I don't think that this is happening, and Marie's like, did she just confirm that they're having a threesome? I don't think that that's the issue. I think that she's like, it's none of your business, and you're running away with this story just to, you know, you're making these digs for no particular reason. So I think that's what it was doing. Letitia tries to calm it down, and she tries to explain that Latrice, she says, Latrice, look, so Gucci's upset that you didn't call her first and tell her that you were moving with another agent. Okay, Latrice, okay, Latrice. And Latrice is upset I didn't like the fact that So Gucci made a comment about it being Cliff's money because you're just making assumptions. Latrice was upset that she's not doing good business and she had the option. I do think that this is the stupidest argument and I'm annoyed by it. Akeisha Letitia kind of apologized and squashed it, but Akeisha throws some jabs, which is kind of hilarious. So, they're not the greatest on terms. Marie has no peace with nobody. She still don't like Letitia and she still don't like Tamara. Here we are. Gucci and Marie come to Akeisha's house. Another example that so Gucci was supposed to have been looking for a house for Akeisha. Akeisha called Gucci and was like, look, I found somebody else who can help me find a house and I'm going with them. And so she's like, that's why we're still friends. Ma'am, there's a trend. And the trend is this. Nobody is buying property from you. So maybe when you choose another career. Anywho, Marie made I laugh, but I hope Letitia laughs when she hears it. Anyway, Marie's like, I'm coming to some, friend's house or whatever, help Akeisha out, and it's a nice house and I didn't have to sign a lease for her. Dig. Okay, so Gucci and Akeisha are talking, and what they come to the conclusion, they're asking a question is, why is Letitia so mad? Now, here's shout out to Bonnie Blue, and I agree with this. Letitia and Cliff. Letitia is not happy in her marriage with Cliff. I mean, I think that this is a given. And she's so not happy in her marriage with Cliff that this is what we're getting at this point. Is that Letitia is just launching out at everybody. And I'm not saying that some of this is rightfully so, because some of these people are not cool and they're definitely not her friends. So I'm all there for it. Latrice and Tamara met, Latrice was checking to see if Tamara was okay. She's like, you shouldn't trust any of these people. It was really a throwaway scene. It was just them getting together. Maria and mom is talking about how sick she was and she's a drug addict and she hopefully she stays off drugs this time. She needed a blood transfusion and all this other stuff. Maria and her friend are talking about their mothers and her mother's dealing with the recent death and her friend is dealing with the death of her mother. And it makes Marie reflect on the possibility that her mother is going to die. I mean, her mother is going to die eventually, but you want to keep her alive and well. But I mean, she's lived a hard life. So I hated this scene. JJ is talking about how his mother and his wife is taking good care of him. So I am a mother of a son. And there is zero possibility that I want my son to ever, if my son ever says that me and his wife are taking good care of him, we are going to have a problem. Because I'd be like, this is the time I need to exit. Because there ain't no way I'm taking care of a grown man. Like a grown man should be able to take care. I have a husband and I am not. If there's a man, if when my son becomes an adult, if there is a man that I'm going to be taking care of, unless my son is sick or there's some issues with him, then yes. But if he is a grown, able-bodied man who is married to somebody, you are not going to have me sitting up here taking care of. This is I'm not playing sister wife between a mother and a girl. Get out of here. Yeah, that's JJ has lost his happy-go-lucky mind. And I can't, I hate to tell you this, but and I said this in the last video that I really am not digging So Gucci. And So Gucci sits here and talks about this peace treaty, and she's not saying what she said. She's only saying what Latrice said. So now you only giving half truths again. Um, I'm over this. Now we got this birthday party, this tragedy of a birthday party. I got two more post-it notes. I'm going through this quickly. Um, Birthday party. I love how the drink was named after people. That was cute. Latrice and Josh and Akeisha, they're sitting. Um, so I really don't think that Latrice, like I said, Latrice is not happy with the marriage. And so there's this conversation about Latrice, Josh, and Akeisha. And poor Josh is really granted, look, Josh was all up in their marriage inappropriately, but at the same token, Josh needs to realize that, and this sucks, this really, really sucks, is she wants, why can't you be friends with people who is your beautician and stuff like that? So to be like, he's not your friend, he's your, he's your beautician. Like that is so unnecessary. And then, because that also lets me know that's how you view people. I'm telling you, the way Latrice talks to people and talk about people in regards to like how she views people are beneath her and stuff like that, it's because that's the way her husband treats her. And she has to make herself feel significant in order to operate and exist in the world. And she does that by putting other people down. And it just sucks. Because it feels like you're using Josh. JJ says that he has a surprise, and the surprise is a stripper. I am Akeisha. Do not surprise me with no stripper. I am not interested. And the look on her face was everything to me. And when she said Maria is acting like she is fresh out of the joint, she is putting her bahootie all up on him. It is hilarious. But she's like, if she loves it, and this is where we get to where Cliff was encouraging Letitia to touch the stripper, and then he goes and run tell that to Cliff, and then Cliff has all these text messages, and she goes outside and she FaceTime him, and then next episode we get into the conversation where Letitia has an argument with Cliff, and she's also going to have an argument with Latrice, and as Latrice is going to stand by her husband, even though what he did was so wrong. And I want Letitia to know how low down Latrice is. I like Latrice, but Latrice cannot be trusted, and she can't be trusted because her husband is dogging her out. And so it's hard to trust somebody when somebody's husband is dogging them out. I do have one comment on this. My husband had a friend. He's still their friends. And his wife and I were Facebook friends. And we would talk and we'd be like, oh yeah, we do the whole, we should get together. We should have the kid. We never did. But I posted something on Facebook because my son wanted to get back at my daughter. And the way that he did was he took her juice and spilled it all over the table where my computer was when I was finishing my dissertation. The juice got into my computer, fried my computer. Nothing could be saved on it. And so I lost so much. And this was like, all I had to do was just revise my last dissertation. I only had like, I only had to do a revision. And then once this revision was going to be done, then it would be my defense. And then I would be done. When I tell you that I was like, I cannot see you, my son was so devastated. He was 5. And I did not want to talk to him. I couldn't touch, I didn't want to see him. And so I was writing about this on Facebook, and she made the decision to have her husband contact my husband about how I felt. And I posted on Facebook that if you have something to say, I am a full-fledged adult who has goals, ambitions, and things that I want to do in life. Sorry that you don't. And if you have something that you want to say, then I need for you, instead of trying to run tell that, you talk to me. Clearly, we haven't spoken to each other since. Um, and she's like, it's not okay for you to decode messages on Facebook. You can talk to me. And I was like, well, you didn't talk to me. And that's how I feel. And she's like, well, what if a social worker would have seen it? I have social workers in my crew. See, the difference between her and me was I have people in my network, and I didn't stutter. I was not abusing my child. So if that was a case that kind of, if you wanted to go there, we can go. Like and it was so fascinating about this is because me and my husband actually talked about this recently. So this happened years ago. It was like 4 years, almost now 4 years ago. And um, because he went out to see him and he made a comment. He was like, well, you know, it's my friend, you should hold the same type of respect for not saying something to my friend's wife that you would if it was my sister. And I was like, first of all, no. And second of all, no. Because here's the thing that's difference between me and other people. I mind my business. I may see something and I'd be like, ooh. And then I'm going, if it was a something, if you were concerned, then if I was concerned about something, I'd contact you. If I was really concerned and we were really friends, then I'd contact you. I am not the run tell that kind of person. So this whole cliff thing, I don't like that. And I'm gonna be honest, I would not be friends with Latrice after this. Especially when she said, I'm gonna stand by my husband. I'd be like, oh, okay. So let me tell you, I would never invite you to a party. I would be cool with you from a distance, but I would never share anything with you. I would never keep you in my close circle. We would be a wrap. You have one time to cut me deep and betray me and interfere in my relationship, and it would be a wrap. That's just kind of how I go. I mean, me and her, we ain't got nothing to say. I mean, we could see each other and out and about, and I'd be like, hey. and I keep it pushing. Like I would not have a long conversation with you. Like you have one time and it to cross me, and it is a wrap when it comes to certain things and what you cross, because what you did was you undermined me. And you weren't doing it out of care. You were doing it because you were being messy. And that just is what it is. And that is the thing with Cliff. Cliff was being messy. And Latrice, to stand by that, okay, we see you. And Marie was right about you. I mean, we all knew that she was right, but everybody has to experience their portrayal in different places. And so we see that finally Letitia is going to experience her portrayal from Letitia in a significant way. And with that being said, y'all, I'm done. Bye.